You would have to be living under a rock if you have not heard the news or seen the headlines about the Florida real estate market right now. It's in a lot of trouble. And this article that just came out is talking about something that I've been talking about for a while, and that is people leaving the state of Florida. It is a massive problem. I am not sure there's anything that can be done. Now, I know the governor's working on getting rid of property taxes, which, that'll help save some money. I don't want to have to pay taxes. I think it's a great idea, but is that going to prevent people from leaving? So let's talk about it. By the way, my name is Adam Miller with the 941 Lifestyle Group. I am a real estate agent. I'm a lifestyle matchmaker. I'm really glad that you found the channel. This article just came out, and it was a great read. Thought it'd be worth doing a story about. 4 reasons why Florida's growth crisis could lead to homeowners exodus. Hey, do me a favor too. Drop a comment down below. Let us know where you are watching from. If you were in the state of Florida, are you seeing this in your area? Because I know the housing crisis is not as drastic or devastating all over the state of Florida, certainly up and down the West Coast from Tampa down to Naples, and of course, uh, some areas on the East Coast, but not everywhere. So drop a comment down below. All right, so let's dive in. Let's talk about this article. So Florida has long ranked at or near the top of the most desirable states to live in because of its warm climate, sunny beaches, low taxes, and abundant job opportunities, which I was really surprised to see that one because I'm going to do a video about the job opportunities in Florida because you don't have a whole lot of tech companies, certainly that I'm not aware of, that are moving to the state of Florida, which is causing a lot of young people to leave. That's a topic for another conversation because it is a failure, I think, of the Florida Chamber of Commerce to continue to focus solely on bringing retirees here. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a big part of our business. We love them coming here. But in terms of economic growth, you got to keep the young people here and you got to attract young people here. Okay, I digress. But that could be changing due to a rising number of challenges facing the Sunshine State. So there are indications that Floridians are leaving for other destinations, according to a study from Cotality. Roughly half of outbound Floridians are headed to nearby states that share similar living costs, job opportunities, and weather, but without the problems. Among these top destinations are Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee. We are seeing that one now. We've got clients who are moving to both of those states, believe it or not, or two of those states, Tennessee and the Carolinas. We've seen a lot of people move to North Carolina. So Florida's rapid home price appreciation combined with soaring home insurance prices and the threat of hurricanes has led people to start looking at other nearby states. Man, those hurricanes last year, boom, back to back to back, 3 of them in a row. It is just devastating. And we're headed into hurricane season. I mean, it's already it's May. Hurricane season starts, I think, June 1st. When people leave, they are staying in the South where it's relatively affordable, as well as access to large employment centers. So Florida's growth story isn't over, according to Cotality, but the trickle of outbound movers could become a flood if the Sunshine State doesn't fix certain problems. Again, I don't know how they fix it, but let's talk about it. So below are 4 reasons why Florida's growth crisis could lead to homeowner exodus. Well, first of all, let's make no mistake about it. This was the first year that Florida's net migration was lower than it was like any other time. I think it was like 64,000 between like people coming, people leaving, where normally it's been in like the high 300,000 range. So that is not a good sign. All right. So soaring home prices, I can tell you as a real estate agent, we have seen it. The house that we sold before we moved to Maui in 2018 sold last week for twice as much as we sold it for in 5 years. That's insane. Okay, so Florida's median home price hit $393,000 as of October 2024, to put it above the national average. Prices are even higher in the state's urban centers. The median listing price in Miami reached $630,000, while Tampa has also seen a surge in home prices in recent years. So the slowdown in new home construction. Now, let me preface, we are in Lakewood Ranch. There is not a slowdown in new home construction. Let's talk about it really quick, but I want to go through what the article said. So Florida is a big state with plenty of room, sunny climate, flat geography, all of which have made it a magnet for new home construction over the decades. But lately, there have been a sign of a slowdown. In 2022, new building permits actively fell 9.7% from the previous year. Its first dip since 2009. So let me stop right here because we're in Lakewood Ranch, which is absolutely positively an anomaly. As you probably have heard, I've said it a bunch of times. Lakewood Ranch has been voted the #1 planned community for 7 years in a row. There are about 45 different neighborhoods in Lakewood Ranch. And I want to say around 20. You heard me. Let's go back and share the screen. So there's definitely not a slowdown in new construction here. New development must deal with the prospect of even higher costs due to President Donald Trump's tariff plans. This has made some builders hesitant to launch new projects as new home inventory slows. Prices could rise even further. That's a challenge. Well, we're not seeing that here in Lakewood Ranch. Actually, did a video not too long ago saying for the first time, maybe ever, we went to go to a new construction community and they were actually discounting their prices. I have not seen that before. We've seen them, offer um, different packages, different rate buy downs, help with closing costs, but never adjusting the price. We have started to see that. All right, aging infrastructure, it's a massive issue all over the country. Florida is no exception. Now, of course, Florida has sun, has salt air, terrible. But as Florida's population has ballooned, the state has struggled to keep pace in terms of building and updating roads, schools, and utilities. This in turn has threatened to erode its quality of life, according to Fidelity. Commute times in major cities are increasing. Public schools are in need of modernization, and even drinking water has become limited resources. So let's talk about that really quick about what's happening here in this market. There's obviously a new high school being built, Lakewood Ranch High School. I drove by it yesterday. It's coming along really, really well. Traffic, man, full disclosure, traffic in Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, getting to the beaches, it just sucks. Even now that season is over, right? Season is when all the snowbirds come down, generally from Christmas to Easter, December to April. And it used to be like after Easter, things would get a lot better. Now, it is a lot better, relatively speaking, but man, traffic all the time now stinks. And not just commuter times. I'm not talking about, 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning when traffic would normally be like people working. That bad. That traffic is terrible. Or 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 6:30, 7. It's bad then, but now it's bad all day long, which makes it really challenging when you have to drive around. Um, Now again, Lakewood Ranch, it is an anomaly. They are repaving Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. Half of it is done. There's I think one more lane done. State Road 70 is under a massive construction project between Lakewood Ranch Boulevard and Lorraine. And Lorraine, yeah, they just finished repaving that. It looks fantastic. But if you head the other way from Greenbrook Boulevard, where we live in Greenbrook Village, Lakewood Ranch, all the way east down to County Road 675 in Mayaca City, that is all under construction. They are making that from 2 lanes, which it currently is, to either 4, 6, possibly even 8 lanes in some sections. So massive, 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 massive construction. All right, so let's talk about the extreme weather because you cannot talk about Florida and why a lot of this exodus is happening, and that is the hurricanes. We had 3 hurricanes back to back to back. We're going to talk about insurance costs, but a lot of people chose not to have insurance because it was just ridiculous. It went from like maybe $3,000 to like $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. People just couldn't afford it, so they took the risk and didn't have insurance. And then we had 3 devastating hurricanes, a lot of wind damage, but most of the damage from us was from storm surge and flooding. And if you head to the beaches, I mean, anywhere down from Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Bonita Beach, Anna Maria Island, man, Anna Maria Island, the pier is gone still. Siesta Key, we're going to Siesta Key for this weekend. It's open, but there was just lots of damage. Lido Key, St. Armand Circle, and it is going to get worse before it gets better, and that is just a fact. So I want to give you some. So first of all, drop your comments down below. Let us know what you are seeing in your neck of the woods. Have you heard these headlines? I want to give you a little insight to what is happening specifically in our area. All right, pulled up the statistics this morning from our multiple listing service. Where is my share screen? The entire screen. Oh, there it is. All right, so that is our multiple listing service. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see this. So new listings, there were 838 new listings in the last week, but here are the numbers that were like just huge red flags. The amount of price decreases in the last week, 1,531. Now, for those of you who've been paying attention for a while, I've done a live stream going back for about a year and just about a little over a year. And I've reviewed these numbers starting from the get-go. Early on, just about a year ago, maybe even earlier, maybe April of 2024, those numbers were like in the 300s or 400s price decreases. And then you have expired listings. Just in the last week alone, there was 154 um, homes that expired. There were 52 that were withdrawn and 208 that were canceled. That means that there were close to 500 homes that failed to sell for some reason or other and came off the market. And then if you look at the pending, the ones that got accepted offers, that number is 627. So if we have 838 new listings coming each week, but only 600 and change going into escrow each week, and only 523 sold, that is a gap of about 300 homes, right? Have to do the calculations on how many homes that means is going to be in the pipeline later, but it is devastating. It is catastrophic for this area. Um, I don't know what the state of Florida is going to do. Obviously, lowering the property tax could help. Hurricane insurance, flood insurance, it's coming. It's devastating. I want to hear what you have to say. Do me a favor, drop a comment down below. I'm going to do these videos every week, more for informational sharing than anything. So if you want to see more videos like this, do us a big favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Those send indications to YouTube that you want to see more content like this. And of course, drop your comments down below and let us know where you're watching from. All right. Appreciate you guys watching. Have an amazing weekend. And we'll talk to you.